Geert Hofstede, a sociologist who introduced the idea of cultural dimensions, defined culture as the software of the mind that distinguishes the members of one group or category of people from another. The concept of we and others, its borders and hierarchy, is a basis for which scholars can study culture and cultural differences. Today, when relationships between people, governments and markets are globalised, cultural differences are vitally important and influence both our social and work life. Modern businesses and multinational corporations are affected by diversity and are searching for possible ways to manage the relationship between employees with different cultural backgrounds while incorporating different age groupings, genders and religions. Cultural differences can cause conflicts within the workplace. Research shows that managers spend on average 20% of their time managing conflict. There is evidence that, except stress and lack of effectiveness, conflict can impact on the productivity of organisations and increase costs. This video will help managers of both national and multinational corporations save their time and money by answering two questions. What type of conflicts can be considered as cross-cultural, and how can they be managed successfully? For managers of multinational corporations, it is very important to understand that the employees they hire should not only be qualified in their working area, but more importantly be qualified and suitable to work with individuals from different cultures, religions, values and beliefs. In other words, it is obvious that in spite of achievements and range of skills of the candidate, you will never hire someone like her.
Yeah, I've done that before. No, I just like drinking vodka, man. Just like put it in a bottle, you know. Coca-Cola bottle, no one knows. It's alright. Alright, take it easy. I gotta go. Bye. Hey.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, yeah.
What's your name, sorry?
My name's Michelle.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your name?
Simon.
Simon, oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, okay. Do you want a cigarette?
No, alright. I wouldn't if I was you.
Stressed, man.
No.
Alright.
I'm fine.
I really need one. Yeah.
As a manager of a multicultural organisation, you will never hire someone like him.
Alright, Desmond, it was a pleasure meeting you. It was a pleasure meeting you two today.
This is why managers should be attentive of whom they are likely to hire. A very important criterion of choice of suitable employees is the so-called intercultural competence, which means the actual ability of an employee to manage the demands of work in an international team and within a different cultural environment. The theory of international relations and meditations claims that employees must feel comfortable with their mediator and trust them. This is one of the essential ways to solve conflict. The cultural background and knowledge of a manager influences the managing process. We believe that the comprehensive knowledge of cultures and cultural dimensions influences the decision-making process in the management of conflict. However, it is not only important to receive the knowledge yourself, but to also share it. When employees are hired, make sure they meet their new colleagues and they are made aware of cultural differences of potential co-workers they are likely to work with. This small set of informal training about the basic notions of culture, the cultural iceberg and the cultural dimensions will help ensure your employees become accustomed with their new working environment. By putting new employees into informal environments, you will reduce the chances of future conflict arising. The Q&A session at the end about special features of religion, interests and preferences will increase self-confidence, help your employees to get to know each other and help start and build their relationships, which will emerge into a multicultural working environment. However, we still can't be sure that conflict won't arise. So what is cross-cultural conflict and how can it be distinguished?
Research shows that cross-cultural conflict can be applied to different cultural levels of the iceberg. For managers to successfully manage a conflict, they need to first identify which type of conflict it is. For instance, is it on the surface, such as language, or is it at the bottom, such as authority issues? We will now look at some examples.
I wasn't born in England, but they all want me to speak like I'm a Duchess of Cambridge or something, especially during presentations.
Here we can observe the surface of the iceberg, because the main cause of the conflict is language, something which is clear and obvious.
In my culture, I have to be in control, simply because I am a man. Now I work with women only. They do not respect me at all. They are noisy, they all speak at once and waste my time. They do not understand that I have to get them to the phone. When I try to make them work, they say that I am boss. When I leave them, they say that I am lazy.
However, here we deal with different perceptions of authority, be they age, gender or cultural difference. This is part of the deeper level of the iceberg, or the bottom. The process of solving conflict and managing it, and the decisions made by managers, is dependent on how deep the conflict is. And therefore it's important for managers to listen carefully to their employees to distinguish the sort of conflict that it is, and only then can we begin to manage it.
Hi Simon,
Hello Nadia.
did you want to see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Thank you.
Basically why I've called you here today is obviously you've raised issues about doing your presentation and your presentation skills. So I thought rather than have you, force you to do the presentation and you'd be anxious about it, I would assign you another task. So rather than that, I've assigned you to help me do a press release.
Oh, it's a pleasure. That's good.
Great. If I just show you this.
People express themselves in different ways. Some cultures express themselves better in spoken stories, whereas others prefer writings. Therefore, it is important to identify the needs of the employees and their strengths and weaknesses in certain tasks. In this case, an employee is unable to do a presentation. She thinks others won't understand her because of her accent and language skills.
Bye.
That is why I gave her a different task, where she can be more confident and develop her skills.
What's happening, Dennis? No, these girls. We need to sort this out. You have to join the assistant. Come on. No.
Theorists suggest that risk and conflict within the workplace can be solved with the help of employee assistance programs and support teams. This is how an organisation can maintain not only the physical, but the mental needs of its employees.
You, Dennis.
One of the main tasks of the manager is to create a rich communication between organisation members. He has to build trust and respect between co-workers by openly discussing not only the issues at work, but cross-cultural questions as well. This directive approach suggests that managers can achieve their goals by offering rewards or punishments. For instance, here Jon has caused offence to Joanne by belittling her in front of her co-workers. Rather than let this pass, the manager enforces his authority and punishes Jon, as within a multicultural environment, such behaviours cannot be tolerated. Some organisations believe that fun and business can't be combined. However, the employees should have a strong belief that their work is fun and they are allowed to enjoy it.